Are we live?
Yes.
Then I'm playing the intro. Dean's List, hosted by Dean Kitaboski, produced by Davis Piper. We're about to talk to some really interesting people. Get ready. Okay.
I do like the intro.
Do you like the intro?
I do like the intro.
It took me 10 minutes on GarageBand, and I put in the legwork for that.
Ah.
JV ball team, Jack Holtz, Steve Shentu, Pratik. I don't know your last name, Pratik.
Kosanam.
There it is. I'm so happy to have you. I'm not even going to lie. I've been really excited for this episode.
We are so excited to be here. I mean, when I called you and asked, I was given nothing with delight that you said yes.
Right,
So
exactly.
I've been looking forward to this. I know we had to move it around a couple times, but we're finally here. We're ready.
In the end, it finally worked. It was meant to be.
Yeah,
It was
of
meant
course,
to be,
of
truly.
course, of course.
And Jonah can join us,
Yeah, so
unfortunately.
our other captain, me, Steven, and Jonah were captains of King JV Ball this year. Our other captain, Jonah Savitz, his playing days are over. He had career-ending surgery today. Luckily, he made it through. The surgery was successful. Little after effects were kind of iffy. He was not able to be here today, but he's in our hearts right now. We're praying for a speedy recovery.
Yeah. What's the recovery time usually like on those surgeries? Do you know?
Well, it was wisdom teeth surgery, so
Yeah.
we're assuming he'll be good by tomorrow. Some puffy cheeks for a couple weeks, but other than that, we're hoping that all is well, all is successful.
I mean, those puffy cheeks they're scars.
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine having to live with it.
It'll all go away one day.
Yep.
I don't know. That would have been an entertaining episode. I don't know if I told you this, but we were planning on not going live if Jonah came on specifically.
Yeah, I would think that was a smart idea because he had it this morning. We know they use morphine in those surgeries. It would have been an interesting ride for all of us, but I think I was told if he had to come on, I would have had to like change his gauze at some point. Yeah.
Reach across the table.
Yeah.
But we got Pratik instead.
We do.
We got Pratik instead. And Pratik was a vital component
Oh,
of the JV
absolutely.
ball team.
I mean, you could say he was the heart and soul of our defense. I mean, what a defensive team we had. He was right there. I think he led the team in steals, electric on the fast break. I mean, there was nothing that this kid couldn't do.
Yeah. Pratik, tell me, what's your main defensive strategy when you're playing a team like RCDS?
Basically, you're trying to bait them into making a pass that they don't want to make.
Okay.
And see, I'm long, and they don't really notice that.
Yep.
So basically just trick them into doing something they don't want to do. But at the same time, offensively, I had a lot of strategies I like to employ. The shot wasn't there all year, unfortunately, but we ran the fast break.
Right.
Found Tommy and Harrison all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Those guys know how to put a ball in a basket, that's for
yeah.
sure. And Steve, you got to tell me about your main strategy on the JV ball team. What's your position?
Well, I was a shooter of the team.
Okay. You put up some great three-pointers.
Yeah. The key is just get those form shots in before the games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Jack, I assume you're center.
Yeah, big man. I really wasn't going out there averaging 10 points a game. I mean, I would go out there and play a team game. I'd help in the rebound, be a big body in the paint, set some screens. I mean, I could even dish the rock off. I mean,
Oh, for sure.
I was always looking to hit Steve on the three-pointer, and you really were humble there in saying you were just a shooter. I mean, this kid, I mean, he must have shot over 50% from three. I mean, electric shooting all year. I've never seen any. This year you came in, you just shot the lights out, and it was unbelievable. I mean, electric shooting. Yeah.
Right. Steph
Looking
Curry, Rudy Gobert, and Joel Embiid.
Yeah,
I think,
yeah.
They call Jack Nikola Jokic.
They call
Do they really?
Yeah,
Do they
it's
really?
my player comp.
MVP of the year.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I was always looking for Tommy and Pratik on the fast break. I wasn't as upfront as these guys. I mean, in the stat sheet, but I was there to glue the guys together, play a team game.
You're the glue. You're the glue of the
someone
team.
call me the glue guy. Yeah.
Okay. Who do you think on your team is the most valuable component? I know you're all equally valuable in my eyes. But
Yeah. So definitely have to say Tommy and Harrison. Tommy was very good this year. I think Tommy carried us in a couple of those games. Like that last Hopkins game, I think he was playing with 4 fouls and 5 fouls you're out, and he was playing with 4 fouls the entire second half, and I think he might have had like 25 points or something. He was
Wow.
very good for us, and Harrison too was very good on defense in the paint. Yeah,
For sure. I mean, you guys had a crazy year. From the fans' perspective, absolutely absurd. I think you had the biggest turnout for any game this year at your game of the century.
yeah.
Versus who was that? RCD? No,
It was Hamden.
Hamden Hall. What was your marketing strategy?
Right. So we knew coming into the year that we wanted to make JV ball a brand. I know this is a little controversial, but our freshman year, a man by the name of Roy Knutson, who's no longer with us, he started King JV ball, and he made it into like a joke, but kind of serious. Like it was more of a joke, but like, oh, we play basketball, like we can actually beat teams. So we saw that strategy, and we were like, let's do something with that. And for that game, we knew that there were a lot of elements that played into helping us. For starters, the next day, it was snowing, and it was the winter showcase, so everyone had games the next day. But because the next day there was supposed to be a huge snowstorm, they had already canceled those games. So the teams canceled practice because they felt they didn't need to practice or anything. So yeah, we had all the teams there, and then going around that school in the upcoming days, we were telling everyone like, come to our game. It's a big game, like blackout. We're kind of behind the scenes at student council. I tried to make it blackout for our game, and that worked out. And then we put out our video, which took some time. We were really excited about, and I think that really helped.
Who's the mastermind behind the video?
Yeah, so Carson Perlman, shout out Carson Perlman, varsity player actually. He was the editor. He surprised us all with his editing skills. I mean, yeah, he was. We spent about every like Saturday and Sunday where we had the big games upcoming that we made the videos for. I mean, it was us three, Jonah, Carson, sometimes a couple other people there for hours, like finding clips, lining them up, picking music, picking whatever to create those videos. Yeah,
It turned out great.
oh, we couldn't have been happier with the
Yeah.
product.
I know you guys got a lot of backlash for it, though.
Yeah,
Specifically from the top. Yeah.
yeah. So we like to refer to the athletic department as our worst enemy. I don't want to make any call outs, but they were not happy with some of the stuff we did on the court. The fans loved us,
Oh yeah. No,
But-
no question.
but the athletic department, and maybe overlap within the administration, felt that us and the way we conducted ourselves during the games and the videos caused some turmoil within us and other schools.
Right. Well, that's a part of the game. I mean, I know even Pratik, you got in on some of that.
Yeah, of course. I think the administration kind of saw us as bullies at a point,
Bullies.
which
Wow.
I understand to a degree. We're beating 13-year-olds in the basketball court by 30 points in the game. But I think they failed to realize that we're just having fun out there. It's our senior year, and we're just trying to make it an unforgettable memory.
Right, trying to leave your mark. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, Steve, you got in on some of that too. Specifically when you hit a three-pointer, you throw up some of the threes, you know.
I think it's.
Put some goggles on.
I think the annoying thing is like, we put in our bio we're like not affiliated with King School, but every time they post for like game days or whatever, they tag us. So it's like.
I mean, it sounds like they want to be like
they
you,
want-
is
they
what I'm
affiliate
hearing.
with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, recently I believe King Athletics had liked our Instagram post, like very
Really?
recently. Meaning,
Who runs that account?
that's what I'm wondering, because they
I've been
keep
wondering for 4 years.
they
who runs
keep
that
on
account.
tagging us when
They
the
also
other
commented.
JV team plays, and we always remove our tag because that's not us.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, cause and we feel like, oh, you're tagging us, but like you also like behind the scenes you're like, don't post this, don't post this, don't
Right,
post that.
right.
So
What were you saying, Pratik? What were you saying?
They also like comment on all our posts, like fire emojis. and all
Right,
that.
right. It sounds like they're trying to get in with you. Is
Yeah.
what it sounds like.
Exactly.
You're trying to distance from the organization.
They're trying
Yeah.
to steal some of our clout.
Exactly. That's what I'm hearing.
yeah,
I mean,
we were the most liked varsity team, besides, or not varsity, like most like King team besides field hockey, because they had former students who became TikTokers,
oh, right,
and-
right.
and hockey, which we were close to.
Mhm.
We were really close to them, who's kept the same account for the last
Right,
70
they've had
years.
their account for
Yeah.
a while. This is a brand new account.
This
right?
was created this year and it caught like wildfire within the King community. Exactly
for the best. I
but
think you guys did the best job this year of bringing together the community.
Thank you.
I think you did.
That's what we tried to do. I mean, me and you as president, vice president, we really wanted to. I use the word change the vibe,
Right.
and that's you know, everyone's like, oh, you guys didn't do anything. That's another story, but
Whoa.
yeah,
I mean,
we
tried our best.
Our main
really
thing was to change the vibe, and I thought that through King JV Ball and everything that we did this year, I feel like it was much more uplifting and happy than last year.
For sure. I mean, at the very minimum, it was a great way to get everyone together.
Yeah,
which is something we haven't had in a little while.
Yeah, and hockey did a great job with that too.
They did, yeah. I mean, in my opinion, it doesn't really matter how you do it, because you know, bringing people together can happen through any sorts of mediums. So I thought this was actually a great way to do it. You know, have a JV team where a lot of people think it doesn't matter, but so all of a sudden, since everyone cares, it matters a lot.
A bunch of like not seen as like excellent athletes or great basketball players, but we still can have success and have fun and gauge the King community.
Exactly. I mean, a lot of the time you don't get that feeling during varsity games,
right?
Specifically because all the players are on the field to win. You guys were there to win, but you were also there to have fun.
Oh, there was definitely an entertainment factor. I mean, we felt the need, like, oh, you guys are going to come see us play. We're not only going to destroy these 13 and 14-year-olds. We're going to have a spectacle and a show doing it.
Right. When are you getting your TV show, by the way? When's your TV appearance coming up?
My TV appearance?
Yeah, with the JV ball team. I heard you guys are getting a Hulu special.
The deal is apparently falling through as they are trying to pay us too little. I mean, we want to be paid for our talents. We know our worth, and we felt that Hulu was not being fair to us.
Right.
We're talking to Netflix now.
Okay.
Amazon Prime's in the back pocket, but we're trying to go to Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah, we want 7 figures. Hulu's only offering us 5
5 per person or 5 total?
per person.
Okay. So, I mean, regardless, your financial statements are going to be good at the end of the year.
Oh, yeah.
That's good to hear. You guys are set.
Yeah.
Deservingly so.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think any issue. It's honestly to us just like, don't disrespect us. And Hulu did not come through with a good enough offer.
Right. Do you look at that as a personal attack? Is that what that
yeah,
is?
I mean, I feel like that really mirrors our image. I feel like we've been doubted. We've been called not good enough, bullies, whatever. I mean, if you don't like us,
mostly by Miss O'Toole, but by other people too.
Yes. I mean, there was a meeting that I went to. I don't know if I could disclose the contents.
I mean, go
meeting,
ahead. Go ahead.
I was told before the GCS game. I'm assuming we'll get into GCS, but before the GCS 2, I was pulled into a dark room with Coulomb, O'Toole, Halbin, and Nate, the head basketball coach, and they were talking about our actions during the game you first mentioned, the Hampton game, which we created as a spectacle. I mean, there were many things we did that probably shouldn't have been done, but then again, it was for the fans.
Right. It was for the fans.
Yeah, so they told me, like, they threatened to cancel our season. That's the lengths they went to.
Wow.
They threatened to cancel our season if another fight broke out.
Wow. And was there a real fight during that game?
It
seemed more like taunting than anything.
The not during the Hampden game. The first GCS game, there was a little bit of a scuffle that broke out.
Okay.
I call it the JV Malice at the Palace because fans ran in from the stands and it wasn't a good scene, but you know, it was perfect for us because we could market it. I mean, I probably shouldn't get out. We weren't looking for a fight, but we were very much
not upset
by the outcome of the fight happening.
Right. I guess we can talk about RCDS. RCDS or GCDS?
GCS was our rival.
They're just so forgettable.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry, GCDS. I'm gonna direct this one to Steve. Actually, tell me, how did this start? How did you pick GCDS as your worthy opponents?
So, you know, the first win, after the first win, when we posted the video of Jack doing the gritty.
Right, yeah.
On our Instagram. And then this one kid from GCDS, his name's Corbin Coles.
Okay.
Shout out Corbin. Hope you find your car.
You
can't-
ain't finding
What,
it,
what happened to Corbin's car?
Oh,
Got carjacked?
his car
really?
his car got stolen, and
That's actually terrible.
let's just say it got deserved to be stolen. Let's move. Let's move.
Yeah. So he comments on our posts. He goes, "You guys aren't putting up 30." So we had to clap back, and then, he got his friends from GCS to clap back, and it just kind of started a rivalry from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you just figured you'd roll with it.
Yeah.
Just figured
I mean,
you'd
it was
go on
it was
with
good for the account, cause
Yeah.
yeah, we had. I think a lot of people wanted to see a rivalry. I think we got a lot more fans from the GCS.
I mean, I love the rivalry.
Yeah.
Did you guys personally support
Yeah.
this?
100%.
Yeah,
Oh,
tell me
it's
about it,
huge.
Pratik. Tell me about it.
I don't think I knew how our season would end up if that rivalry didn't exist.
Yeah.
It's kind of our motive for winning games,
Okay.
and we wanted to make sure we're gonna be undefeated by the time we play these kids.
Right.
Except we have a loss on our record, that's not good for
Right.
our image against them because they're undefeated.
Right.
Yeah.
So you ended up. Oh, did they beat you the first time? Or did you beat them?
They beat us the first time.
Oh,
That was a tough loss.
that is rough. But you only lost one game that whole season, right?
That was our
whole-
only loss.
Bounce back. It's a perfect story.
Right.
And there were a lot of factors going into that loss. I mean, it was a 5-point loss on the road. They had a packed crowd. We hadn't really. I mean, I don't want to say we weren't prepared, but at that start of the game, we were not prepared.
Okay.
They went on a run to start the game, and we kept trying to come back, and we made it close. But there were a lot of factors. I mean, we had a couple of guys coming off Corona. Hamoud, Vakari, they couldn't play because of Corona.
Okay.
You had our second best player, arguably our best player, getting ejected in the fight.
Okay.
That-
Who was that?
That was Harrison.
Harrison. Okay.
That happened with I would say 11 minutes left in the game. Harrison. That's when the fight we were alluding to before broke out.
Okay.
So
Also, you have Watergate.
we haven't even talked about this.
Tell me
publicly.
about it. Watergate. What is this?
We went there, and by the way, no, you can speak on it.
All right, so me personally, I remember going to the game. I was already pretty dehydrated. I didn't drink any water,
Okay.
and we get there, and their water tanks, I guess, whatever you call them, they're empty,
Dry.
Really?
empty. So we go
Sounds
up to
like
the
a
athletic
setup to
director or
me.
someone you guys got to fill this. Makes no attempt at filling that.
I believe the words were, "Oh yeah, I'll get someone on it." Never got
Never got
Never got
anyone
there.
on it.
halfway through the first half. I think we also came up to him again. And we're like, "Oh, can we please have some water? We're dying out here." He's like, "Yeah, I got you." Nothing. Halftime comes around.
I think we had Tommy Heaton's mom go out and buy us all waters during the game.
That's
Wow.
the extent we had to go to.
That sounds like sabotage.
Didn't get
to me.
water till halfway through the second half.
I don't think they ever brought us water.
Now hold on, we're
did.
opening up a different can of worms now. So this is sabotage, is what I'm hearing.
Oh, 100%.
It was the world against JV ball.
I think they I mean, they knew about the rivalry before because I think they upped the athletic department people there to make sure nothing got out of hand. They knew about the rivalry, and we came up to them at least 3 or 4 times asking for water.
Right.
Never got any. It was middle-ish of the second half where Tommy Heaton's mom came through with some bottles of water for us. We were dying. We were really upset, actually. I mean,
Right. I mean, you should be. I mean, it's
and that gym was hot
interesting.
too. That gym was hot.
It's interesting the lengths people will take to
Over
get
a JV
yeah, to
game.
take you down. It's interesting.
World against dust.
Yeah, really. Did the varsity team play GCDS too?
Yes.
Yeah.
They did.
3 times.
How'd that go?
Not well.
Not well. Okay. It's probably sabotage too, to be honest.
We did make sure their water tanks was filled though.
You did.
Yeah.
Okay.
We told them we warned them ahead of time yo, make sure
Fill the water tanks.
water. Yeah.
And if they don't do it, bring your own.
Yeah.
Right. That's excessive. That really is excessive. Actually, kind of hurts my feelings. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, guys.
Yeah, I
Really
mean,
sorry.
it was in the moment. It was a very calculated move by them just to get an edge. And I mean, we only lost by 5 points. That's
Right.
2 buckets.
Right.
Could you attribute that to the water, the corona, the faulty officiating, the ejection,
I say you give it to all of it.
and
Really?
and then going, and the result of that second game will tell you that all of that was a fluke. I mean,
Okay. How the second game go?
Steve, you wanna?
Yeah, tell me about it, Steve.
Steve was huge in that second game.
Were you?
Yeah. So
Switch a couple focus on. My bad, Steve.
Yeah.
Continue.
So, second game, I had a pretty good game.
Okay.
I think I had 4 threes. But,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
First game, I didn't. That was my worst game of the season.
Was it really?
Yeah.
What went wrong there? Tell me about the process.
I mean, like everything Jack said.
Right.
And the floor was slippery.
Right.
I was pretty nervous before the game.
Typing in actually the live chat, which is the first time for us.
Oh, really? Who's in there?
This is from Teddy Minchin.
Okay.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
He asks, "What do you guys think of Corbin Coles?" And he wants you to dive into the fight on the court in the aftermath.
Yeah, tell me about that. The
So-
fight itself.
So Teddy Minchin is a GCS kid.
Is
As
he
you can tell,
really?
we still live rent free in their school's head, as they've joined the live stream and are very interested. As
Clearly.
for Corbin
I
Coles,
let them know.
oh, you let them know?
Yeah. To get the views up. So.
Oh
Yeah,
okay,
get the
okay,
you might as well,
okay.
man. Might as well get them in here.
As for Corbin Coles, that situation,
Yeah.
for someone who claimed to be a very good player, only putting up 1 point in that first game. I mean, talk about a rough little section for Corbin Coles here. He puts up 1 point,
Wow.
starts a fight, and then gets dropped in the fight, and then gets his Jeep stolen doing a promposal. I mean, talk about a rough couple of months for
Oh,
Corbin
it was during a
Coles.
promposal too?
Yes.
Oh, that's brutal.
And I think he rolled his ankle in the second game against us, late in the second game too.
Corbin Coles having a tough time.
So that was a little rough, little couple months for Corbin Coles. The aftermath of the fight, our school got very upset at us, more upset at us, the seniors, and more specifically me, Steve, and Jonah, because we're the runners of the count, and they blamed us for the fight.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't fully blame us, but they were like, it definitely played a role. I mean, I think it did. I don't think a fight starts if that was in GCS, and I don't think we would have had any reason to beef with GCS if it wasn't for an account.
Right. Really, I mean, that's the beauty of social media. It gets you in contact with people before you even meet them. Can you describe a little bit more, though, this fight? You think Corbin Coles started it?
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, you could take the floor.
Tell me
here.
about
So
it.
basically what happened is Harrison and Corbin, someone shoots a jump shot, they miss, and Corbin throws an elbow at Harrison, and Harrison retaliates by shoving him to the ground. Corbin completely flops, by the way.
Oh, one of the greatest flops I've ever seen.
I wish we could have asked for the video.
We do have the video.
Do you have the video? Maybe we shouldn't show that. They wouldn't like that.
We can't on the live stream.
On the live, yeah, right. Anyway, all right, continue.
So basically,
continue.
benches empty, everyone storms the court.
Okay.
Kids from their student section come in,
Okay.
and this, from my perspective, I was right next to our coach, and this is a pretty funny story. So, 2 kids come running at our coach.
Yeah,
And
from the student section.
These are some big kids.
Right.
Our coach isn't the biggest guy in the world. And basically, he's putting their hands on him, yo, stay out of my face. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of scared.
Yeah.
And their athletic director comes screaming and is like, you can't touch our kids. Do that again, I'll have you kicked out of here. And our coach is like, man, I was just trying to defend myself.
What do I do?
And these kids were running full speed at coach. And shout out Coach Sam, by the way. He was
He's the GOAT.
he was really the reason for our success. I
Right.
mean,
Right.
But yeah, it was hilarious because our coach is a funny dude, and he doesn't they just ran at him, and he didn't even really hurt them. He was
No,
just he just was
put
like,
their arms.
Stay away.
stay away, please.
They're trying to frame an innocent man.
And rather than their athletic director, who, keep in mind, after the GCS varsity playoff game, yelled at me to get off the court. Their athletic director really just did not care about the fight whatsoever and only got mad at our coach, which didn't make much sense, but yeah.
They really were just jealous of you. I'm telling you that now, Jack.
I don't know what it was. I don't know. I mean, every single comment was like, JV seniors talk the most. JV seniors talk the most.
And that's
I mean,
right, but they have something to
I
say.
mean, how many
right?
losses did GCDS have? 2? How many did we have? 1?
Sounds about right to me.
You guys couldn't beat, what was that school?
Hopkins.
I don't even know the name.
Right. Wow. To be fair, Hopkins has good teams. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, their varsity was not good, but their
No.
JV was pretty decent.
Pretty
I remember.
Yep.
I remember that game should have been more than a 10-point win. Very fluky officiating.
100%.
I mean, and we got an all-time moment from that game as Pratik spiked the ball and it hit the ceiling. I mean,
Did you?
I've never seen something like that before.
Yeah, I remember I got a technical for that, and coach looked at me as like, this kid would never get a tech.
No
I'm
shot.
like, my bad, coach. I got a little pissed.
Right. Oh, that's funny, actually. So you guys, did you play Hopkins JV?
We did.
You did.
That was our last game. That
That
was
was
the
your last game.
championship.
Oh, okay.
We labeled that the state championship.
I mean, you needed a state championship, so I see that. That's fair
Exactly.
enough. How was their record?
They were
They had the same record
I
as
think
us
they were
at
like
the time.
11 and 1,
they
12.
had two. They lost to GCDS and us.
Yeah,
No, but before
the game.
going into the
Oh,
game.
yeah,
Going into the game, I think GCS was like 13 and 2. We were 12 and 1, and Hopkins was 11 and 1. So we labeled this the state championship. One lost teams. Whoever won had the best record amongst the JV teams.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, let's pivot off basketball for a little second. I want to talk about your senior projects a little bit because you're all doing something very different. Tell me about the Creamy Boys.
Yeah. So
Tell me about the Creamy
the
Boys.
Creamy Boys with the Z on Instagram. Yeah. So me, Thomas Vicari, and our filmer Jonah Savitz.
Who unfortunately couldn't be here.
Unfortunately, I don't know how he's going to be able to film our videos with the surgery, but we just pray. We pray that he has a speedy recovery. We go around rating ice creams.
You have more comments?
You have more comments?
Oh, my God.
I'm shocked.
bring 'em
I'm
up.
shocked.
Who are they from? Same guy?
No, we got one from Michael Cunion.
Never heard of him.
I've never heard of
Cal. They're asking opinions on Brendan Cunion.
Oh my goodness.
This is another
The
GCDS.
social
100,
media,
yeah.
like they want to know. They want you to talk more about the social media rivalry. I guess maybe it's delayed. But yeah, start with the Brennan one.
I mean, we're just going right back on GCS basketball.
Yeah, well, we got the viewers want to know.
Yeah. So Brennan Cunningham was some random kid. I don't even know what he looks like. I heard he's 5'4". Some random kid who just. So it was after our second GCS win. I posted a video dancing, the iconic little spin twirl with the hands.
Right.
And I said, "Where you at, GCS?" And a friend of mine commented, "Those dance moves are elite." And I responded, "What can I do?" And Brendan Cunningham thought it would be hilarious to say run a mile. Now we don't tolerate fat shaming on King JV Ball, so
Right.
the clapbacks were immense. I mean, I found his dean online. I said we were gonna tell Dean whatever his name is just to screw with him. I mean. Yeah, I mean that kid is not welcome here at King.
No.
He was public enemy number 1 after that GCS 2 game.
Wow.
The funny thing is, like, we talked to the GCS kids, like the players after the game, and like we're chill with them. Like even Harrison and Corbin are friends. It's just like the kids that don't play basketball, they're in our comments the most.
Right.
Just talking.
Yeah, I felt like the fans accelerated the rivalry more than like needed to be.
Right. I know I would hop into the chat occasionally. I'd drop something, always in support, though. I would never say something against these other teams. You know why? Because I'm not the one fighting them.
Yeah.
Right? That's interesting. Who sent that message, by the way? His brother or something? Someone with the same last name?
He corrected and said 5'3".
Oh, it's 5'3".
Oh,
Okay,
5'3".
okay, right,
Thank
right,
you.
Right,
Cal.
right. It's a shame he didn't jump into the fight.
No, and I've never seen that kid. I mean, a lot of GCS Tito. Wait, was that the kid who commented first?
No.
Oh, Teddy Minch. Teddy Minchin plays hockey. I've seen him before. I've actually seen a lot of these a lot of the kids that comment. I've seen them outside of school at random events.
Right.
They will always say like, "Oh my God, we love you so much. You're so funny." It wasn't like that when they were commenting.
No?
It's a lot different how they act when we're in person.
I mean, it takes away the face perspective of it. I'm not
Yeah.
saying it to your face. I'm saying to a screen.
Yeah.
You know? I feel much more confident if I'm just texting somebody than if
Yeah.
I'm saying it in
Yeah,
person, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it makes sense, especially for someone that doesn't want to back it up when he sees you. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, Creamy Boys. That's what we were
Creamy
talking
Boys,
about.
back
Yeah,
onto
tell
the
me about the
Creamy
Creamy Boys.
yeah. We go around the area rating ice cream. I mean, I would say we have a strategic plan. We don't. It's
No.
in the moment. We're like,
Okay.
oh, what's an open? I mean, we've done a lot of these at night, battling what's open, what's not open. We actually, it will be out later today. We filmed our first ice cream review from a real ice cream place.
Really?
Cookies and Cream was like a cookie place. They had ice cream. McDonald's obviously not an ice cream place.
No.
Nick's Pizza place. They do have ice cream, but I'll name drop it. Cold Stone Creamery.
Oh,
where
that's a
we,
big episode.
That's a big one. I think it'll be interesting. I think people won't expect what occurred.
Are
at
you
Cold Stone
going the
Creamery.
one right down the road?
Yes, the one
Okay.
on High Ridge.
Okay. This is an interesting senior project, Jack. It's reminiscent of, remember Nico Camacho's project last year?
Yes, the
Very
pizza
reminiscent.
review.
Yep.
Pizza review. We,
Mhm.
the Creamy Boys. By the way, I feel like this is a great time to say if you post on your story the hashtag I love cream, you could be entered in our giveaway to win one free ice cream.
Wow.
I'm waiting for someone to post that on their story.
Davis, you know what to do. All right, Steve, you're building a go-kart. What's up?
I'll put that on the Instagram.
Put it on the Instagram. Yeah, hashtag I love cream.
Yeah. So
Tell me about it, the go-kart.
Me and Adam Nomani, we're building a go-kart for our senior project. He's currently working on the go-kart as we're speaking right now.
Okay. You took time off to come on here. I
yeah, I'm gonna
appreciate
help him
that.
after, but
Yeah.
to be honest, I don't know why we're doing a go-kart. It's really hard.
Is it like a set that you have, or are you actually making it from scratch?
No, we have like wheels and like steering wheel parts that we just have to put together.
Okay.
But I think in the moment we thought it would be cool, and
What's the hashtag?
he's
Sorry, what's the hashtag real quick?
Hashtag I love cream.
I love cream.
Sorry.
yeah.
Okay. So is there an end goal here? Are you gonna race the go-kart
No,
or
we're
something?
just gonna make it.
Just gonna make it, okay.
If it can run, then that's a good thing.
Mission accomplished,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And then bowling. You have to tell me more about this. Are you an extreme bowler, Pratik?
I haven't bowled in over a year, but last night we went, and apparently, like, I'm kind of nice at it.
Are you?
Bowled like a 135 on my first round.
Ooh.
Wow. Look at that.
Unfortunately, my counterparts, Ronnie and JMO,
Mm.
didn't fare so well.
Oh.
I believe
J-Mo is
I believe in the
atrocious.
first game their combined scores were still less than mine.
Oh.
Wow.
But that's what we're doing it to get better,
Right.
and then do some statistical analysis. Shout out to Missy.
Of course.
Score.
Yes, sir.
Do some Z-scores, get the probabilities of hitting a strike in,
Right.
Just,
Right.
like, calculating our growth.
Are you gonna compare it to the average? Like, so you have your own statistics that you're gonna acquire over the course of this project. Are you gonna compare it to like the national average or like the pros or whatever?
I'm not sure, but sounds like a good idea. I'll look into it.
Okay. That's what I'm here for, just to offer ideas,
Exactly.
Okay. I mean, so how did you come up with that one as your project? You just wanted to get better at bowling?
I mean, like other people were doing golf,
Right.
or like
right.
what's a sport I guess we could do?
Bowling.
Bowling.
Yeah.
And I think like a year ago, I think it was like me, Steve, and JMO went bowling, and we had like a good time.
Mm.
That's what me and JMO came up with the idea,
Okay.
and then Ronnie was obviously right there.
Right. You know what I usually accompany with bowling? I do laser tag with bowling.
There was a laser tag place.
Did you go to the
there.
Bowlmore?
Yeah, we went to Bowlmore.
Okay. Yeah.
There was a laser tag, but there's only 3 of us. We didn't really
Okay.
want to barge
Right.
into like a 10-year-old's laser tag birthday party.
Yeah. I always accompany the two because, well, obviously they're together.
Yeah.
Also because I'm dirty at laser tag and bad at bowling. So it's always like a let me finish up with something I'm good at type thing.
Yeah.
Just to make myself feel a little bit better. But going back to JV ball, other than GCDS, who would you say your biggest opponent was?
Our biggest what?
Opponent.
Best and biggest are definitely different. I would say Hamden. So we had 2 games against Hamden, one here, which was the huge spectacle,
Mm-hmm.
and the one there. And after the one here, I think we did them so dirty. I mean,
Right.
we were so bad to them that
Right.
they had such a sour taste in their mouth towards us that next game, I remember we got in another fight. It was at the end of the game after we won,
Right.
and me and this kid were beefing, and I straight up threw the ball at him. I was just not having it.
Not subtle or anything.
No, I mean, that was the game too. That kid what was his number? Number 10.
Number 10.
He was seen as their best player. I think he might have had 4 points the
I
entire.
think he went 1 of 10 from the free throw line.
Oh.
and he was talking a lot
Wow.
and a loss too. I mean,
Right.
that seems to be
And a bad loss too.
Uh,
It was, okay.
the second game wasn't as bad as the first. The first one
Okay.
was like a 40-point loss.
Yeah,
that,
it
that was
yeah, it was pretty bad.
that was nothing. That was 40 points. That was literal obliteration. Like
Mhm.
we felt bad doing it. Like, but that second game, it was like I think we won by like 15. It was
Okay.
a semi-close game.
Right.
A close game for us because we were normally blowing out
Right.
13, 14-year-olds. But
Right.
these kids, yeah, they were definitely our second biggest rivals. The second best team we played was Hopkins at the end of the year.
Okay.
But our second biggest opponents for us were them.
Okay. Specifically because you did them dirty. Specifically.
Yeah,
Okay.
they felt that we were a rival to them. We weren't really they felt we were rivals. We didn't feel they were rivals.
One-sided relationship
Yeah.
type thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had a lot of disdain towards us, and it came out in that second game.
Rightfully so, but at the same time,
Yeah.
it's a part of the game, as I
Yeah.
said earlier. It really is. Well, how much time do we have left, by the way?
We we're at 36 minutes.
Oh, bro, we got plenty of time. What do you want to talk about? Steve, what do you want to talk about?
They did. There's another question.
Oh, boy.
What are your guys' thoughts on the political and economic state of the world right now?
That's a good question.
That is a very good question. I'm gonna defer to Michigan Man first.
Please, Pratik.
I'm actually gonna defer to
Please,
Miami
Steve.
man,
Next
Steve.
question. Next,
Uh,
next
I could talk about the political and economic state of the world right now.
All right, Jack, tell me about it.
I feel like there's a lot of disdain and hatred towards other countries and between countries, and I just feel like it's not needed. I mean, I just feel like war is a bad thing. It doesn't help economically, and I feel like there's no need for this type of behavior amongst countries.
Right. I mean, there's a difference between nationalism and patriotism, as we've learned about.
Right.
And there's a lot of nationalism going around right now.
Yeah.
For anyone that doesn't know, it's like patriotism is pride in your country. Nationalism is I'm better than every country on the planet.
Right.
A lot of nationalism going on right now. And even within the country, there's a lot of I'm better than you going on, you know?
Yeah.
And it's creating a bad atmosphere. Pratik, what are your thoughts?
Just encourage world love and peace. We
Well,
need to
are
love
you a
each other.
supporter of the world peace movement?
100%.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Steve?
world peace.
World peace.
Yeah, contrary to beliefs, we may have gotten a couple fights during our season, but King JV Ball is all for peace. So we do
Right.
not, we stand with no war.
Right, of course. Crowdsource has been weak today. Actually, it's been strong today. I take that back. It's been very strong today. The questions have been bad, though. Anyway,
At least we have people commenting for the first time.
what's up?
At least we have people commenting for the first time.
Right, this is the first time. I mean, so actually, tell me more about your Instagram page with the JV ball team. So when you started it this year,
Right.
did you immediately get pushback for it, or did that not really come until you started releasing your videos?
Oh, it started day one.
That-
O'Toole, shout out O'Toole, our advisor. So me, Jonah, and Steve created the account, and a staple of Roy's old King J Ball in 2019 was doing player overviews, and player overviews are a light-hearted thing where we poke fun of everyone on the team, put like funny pictures of them, maybe their worst moments on the court, and create like a little bio introducing them to the world. And day one, I think, was my player overview, and it's the video of me falling down on the court. Iconic video, by the way, while dribbling. And I think we don't do our own player overviews. We have so for me, Steve, and Jonah, we'd have the other people do them because we want to be surprised, and we also don't want to have influence over our own player overviews. That's not the point. So in my player overview, it was he feasts on and off the court, and O'Toole didn't know if I ran it or not, and she asked Jonah the next day, "Oh, do you run this?" He was like, "Yes," and she was not happy about how he said that. I obviously didn't care because it's player overviews. Why would we?
It's a part of life.
It's part of life.
Right.
So that was the first type of pushback we received, and then from there they left us alone until the GCS, the first GCS video, which is our first real big video we put out.
Mhm.
They were not happy that
Right.
we poked fun at the GCS players. Ryan Goldberg, we posted him doing a funny TikTok dance, like one with, very cringy. You could poke fun at him.
Okay.
Corbin Coles shotgunning an energy drink. We poked fun at that because
Okay.
that's funny. They weren't fans that we were poking fun at kids from other schools.
Okay. Kind of because it's outside their domain.
Right.
Yeah.
They think that it's potential issue for them. But yeah. And I think we should talk about this. GCS baseball canceled their game against us.
Did they really?
Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this.
I mean, cat's already out of the bag, Jack.
They canceled their baseball game. I don't know why, but I think it's pretty obvious they didn't want to play us. But that's what I've heard. They canceled their game.
Okay. Okay. So do you think that's as a result of how
We're
deadly you were this season?
we're not going to talk about
All right.
that. I've realized I think I've made
Fair
a grave
enough.
error
Fair
in
enough.
mentioning that.
Fair enough. So you mentioned you poked fun at their players through like TikTok, through stuff like that.
Yeah, they post. It's not like we got these from like private stuff. They posted these online. Shockingly enough.
Right. Right.
So it was their fault in the first place.
I mean, once online, it's always online.
yeah,
right.
and they kept it up too. It wasn't like it was deleted. It wasn't like, oh, I'm so embarrassed by this. They kept it up. I mean, they are freshmen, so they probably didn't know better.
Are they actually freshmen?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Actually, Corbin Coles is a junior, hence why he can drive. And
well, not anymore.
Not anymore, because his Jeep is gone. But
You have to feel bad for the dude at some point.
Not really.
No. All
when,
right.
we
Never
heard
mind.
when we heard that, we were very, very
Entertained.
entertained. yes.
Actually, it seemed like at a point where we're kind of chill with them.
Okay.
And then there's the varsity playoff
Oh
game
my
with GCS
gosh.
and King.
Okay.
And me and Jack tried to say hi to him. He just walked by.
He aired us.
Really?
Aired us, and we were like, okay. you're gonna
Corbin
keep that
Cole thinks he
energy?
can air you guys.
Exactly. We
Right.
and talking about GCS athletics, we made GCS Zoo their fan account.
100%.
Completely made their fan account.
Right. You're the reason it blew up.
We're
right?
we're 100% the reason it blew up.
See, you're making a better community at different schools too.
Yeah,
Jack.
they GCS Zoo posted on their Instagram at the end of their JV team season was like, thank you guys for helping make our account as big. They didn't do anything. We made your account. Sorry.
Right.
I just need that PSA out there.
And you helped to make the Vikings crew count too.
Yeah, the Vikings crew I think would have withstanded on its own, but I think King JV Ball and the Vikings crew really grew together.
Right. Right. And that's super beneficial for both of you. There you go. Is it?
Sorry, those are my boys.
Fans.
Fans.
Yeah. So you grew together. Do you think that this account's going to keep going next year, even with all of you leaving?
King JV Ball,
Pratik just shook his head.
we're not giving it down. You want to talk about why?
We're gonna retire the account.
Oh, this is news. Okay.
Yeah, the JV team next year can make they can make their own account, make a new one, but we're not gonna pass down this one.
Yeah,
Really?
we don't want our legacy being tainted, tarnished
Wow.
by people who might ruin it. Like we hope you guys have a great success. We hope you guys grow as big as we were, but we don't want to see our I mean, I'm telling you right now, this account, I'm gonna go back and look at this when I'm like 30, and I'm like these were the best moments of like my high school life, and this account is like a timeline and captures our greatest moments.
It's a memory book.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah.
I can't see posts next year that could potentially harm my memories.
Okay.
We got another question
Okay.
from Hey It's Han Banan.
It's Hannah. Yeah. All right.
What would you say is your legacy?
Legacy.
That's a good point, Hannah. I like that one.
Legacy in terms of like at King or for JV Ball? JV Ball. So I'll let you guys. I think we should all answer this.
I just want to say we're the first and only state champions in JV ball history.
And in King history, I
and
don't
in
think
King history.
King has ever won state championships, and we did this year in JV Ball. So, I mean,
Oh, like ever in any sport?
yeah, I mean, I don't think we participate in state championships.
That's true. Actually, we don't know.
But yeah, we were the first ones to win state championships. So yes, Pratik, talk about your legacy.
I mean, I just think I hope like the freshmen this year remember us when they leave the school 4 years like from now, and like think back like, oh, remember that JV ball team? That was such a fun, like those games are so fun to go to, and like remember Jack Coles, all the things he did on the court.
I mean, I look back at the seniors when we were freshmen all the time.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, think about they definitely shaped us, if you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
the older kids always shape the younger kids, and that was definitely, you guys I think are definitely going to be a part of that too. What about you, Steve? What legacy do you want to leave?
I think we changed the game when it comes to, like, you know, JV sports. Like even some of the juniors on the team this year, they were telling us how, like, you know, they might just play JV next year. They don't, because, you know, it's so much fun, and like we get these kind of like JV, people call us JV seniors, but like we could probably all play varsity, but it's just, you
Each and
know,
every one,
we don't take the game, we don't take basketball that serious, and we just want to have fun. So
Right.
I mean, yeah, that's one thing that we think our opponents had on us. Like coming back from winter break was that GCS game. We didn't practice at all going into that game, so we took like 2.5. Another reason why I think we took 2.5 weeks off from basketball then. So because none of us, I'm not gonna say we don't care, but none of us are really gonna go outside and pick up a basketball and shoot.
Right. It's not a varsity sport.
Yeah.
Why would you?
And I think what we wanted to do is we want to show that our legacy, like we wanted to show that something that's so could be seen as like, oh, so like JV basketball, it's kind of like nothing, but like we wanted to create an atmosphere where like people would enjoy the games, people would come, people would have fun, and we also wanted to like be good. Like our mentality this year was championship or bust.
Okay.
We wanted to be good, and we as Pratik said, we want the people to remember us.
Right.
We want the people to remember our account. We want the people to say like the freshmen now when they're seniors, like, oh my gosh, like I wish we could have done what they did.
Right.
Like I wish I could have them back.
I mean, you said it's championship or bust.
Yeah.
I mean, with high school sports, it pretty much always is.
Right.
Right.
We felt we had the team that could go.
You did have. I think you did have the team to do that. Do you think that any of the current juniors will be able to play varsity next year?
Oh yeah.
100%.
I think all
Who
of
do you
them
think?
will.
All of them? You
all
think
of
so?
them should be on varsity.
Okay.
I mean, our varsity basketball team this year had a lot of seniors.
Yeah, you did.
And part of the reason why we weren't on varsity, it may be because I'm saying like the seniors, is because they can't fill a team with 12 seniors and then have 0 people next year with any varsity experience play.
Right.
So that was part of the reason, and that's part, like, our grade is good at basketball. Like that's what most of our grade does.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think like a lot of the kids in our grade play basketball. So
We were back in freshman year. it
Yeah,
was
like everyone.
half,
Yeah,
2/3 of the guys played basketball or something like that.
yeah. It was that was what our grade would do. So
Right.
So sorry to interrupt, but
No, of course, Steve. Jump in
I
whenever.
received a text from Jonas Savitz.
Oh, did
Oh.
you?
He's ready.
Is
to,
he ready? Is he
he's ready
awake?
to come on? If you want me to FaceTime him.
can
Yeah,
Oh
I'm on
yeah,
FaceTime.
FaceTime.
Can he be brought
Bring him in? Is he in?
Is-
Is he in condition to do so?
yeah,
Or should
tell
we?
him, I think he's good enough.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean,
If he says anything, you turn the FaceTime off.
yeah. Just have him not say something silly.
Mm.
Here, do you want me to call him?
Yeah, you call him.
This is an interlude I wasn't ready for. We're about to have 5 people on the podcast at once.
I mean, this is unbelievable. All right, I'm calling him. All right, he's here. I don't know if
Next to the mic.
next to the mic.
Jonah. Yo. How you feel, buddy?
Not doing so good. Ending injury. Don't think I'll make it back at the court anytime soon.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Well,
How did it? The surgery went good?
No.
No.
We're on live, by the way. So anything you say
Is already on the
is
yeah.
out there.
I'm good with that.
Okay. Okay. We were just talking about the legacy that that the JV ball team is leaving. What can you tell me about your legacy, Jonah?
Well, I think that we were the first team ever to make JV sports probably the most popular sport at King.
Whoa.
I think that was pretty cool. I mean, that was never the intention of the account, but that's just how it came to be. That blackout game against Hamden Hall, that was probably the second most highly attended sports game of the year after the hockey game at RCDS. So I think we, left the legacy of JV ball, and that's what we're remembered for.
Wait, what was that last part?
I can't speak. I think I'm going to one comment, and I'll go back to watching it live.
All right. Thank you for coming.
All right, Jonah. It's been a pleasure.
All right, see ya.
Say toodles. Toodles. Oh, it's great to see him. It's a good thing he's making it.
Yeah, he's doing all right.
Yeah. He's a part of your Creamy Boys project too, isn't he?
He is. He actually isn't getting any credit for the senior project, but he has his own little role. His name is Pierre Jean Baptiste. Okay. He's a French cameraman, and he gives one-word interview. That's what he does. We flip the camera to him. He gives one-word reaction to the ice cream, and then he's back to filming.
Okay, that's a gig. That's a nice gig.
Yeah, we his words. They don't really. They're more for comedic value. I mean, have you seen any of the words?
I've seen some of the words.
Yeah.
I don't think they align that well, but they're entertaining.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
Did you start this project for the entertainment value, by the way?
Yeah. I mean,
We're at 52.
Okay, just let me know 3 minutes in advance.
57?
Yeah. All right, continue. I'm so sorry.
So we knew we wanted to have the least effort senior. I don't think the school really cares, but we want to have the least effort senior project.
This is what you put into it, this may seem like a low effort project, but come on,
I mean, you guys are. I commend you honestly.
Oh, thank you.
This is unbelievable.
We put in the work.
Yeah. We wanted to go around tasting ice cream, and then we were like, we can make an ice cream like Nico did with pizza, with the Dave Portnoy style.
Right.
So we were like, we could do that with ice cream. And then it became this thing where okay, I'm gonna be like the Simon Cowell of the ice cream.
Right.
Thomas, and if you go back to those first two videos, they were not I'm not gonna get into why they weren't so great, but they were in the streets of Stanford at 12 a.m. So
fair enough.
One can make a connection, but they weren't the best. I think more now they're gonna which I really regret putting out those first two videos being our first two. They weren't as good as our next coming ones, but
Are you a big quality guy?
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to have 1 minute 30-second, 1 minute 45-second videos. We're just trying to make people laugh. Talking about ice cream, we thought it'd be a funny topic. We're doing we're getting guests in every time now. That's the first two we wanted to do on our own, but now we're just gonna keep getting guests in, which I want to have both you on at some point.
Come on.
Yeah. We just love. Me and Thomas like ice cream a lot. So we thought it was a good idea.
I mean, yeah.
Thomas is in the chat. Shout out Thomas.
Is he in the chat?
We have 2 more questions.
Oh yeah. Okay.
From the chat, just real quick. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Hannah asks, how did you come up with the personas and characters for the project?
That's a good point. What are your names? You're
I am Sir Sprinkles the Eighth.
Right.
Which was thought of because I wanted to be like a Simon Cowell type character who never likes the ice cream, and we thought Sir in the title would really emphasize my expectedness of perfectness, and Sprinkles because we thought it would be, I don't know, it's kind of funny to make them ice cream related, and the Eighth, as the Kings have Henry the Eighth or whatever, the Eighth to present my king stature as an ice cream connoisseur. And then Choco Tomo, that Tom liked the name for some reason, so we just went with that. And Pierre Jean Baptiste because we wanted the cameraman to be French, and we thought Pierre was a good first name, and Jean Baptiste was a good last name.
Right. That definitely is. I like John Baptiste.
The other one,
Yeah.
one more from the GCS crowd. Thoughts on Griff Flood's performance in the last GCS game?
The last one, it was not good. The first one was very good. He destroyed us that first game, right?
I think he had like
27.
27.
I mean, it was bad.
Yeah.
He was the sole reason they won that first game too, along with the Watergate and all those other factors.
Right.
In that second game, he was bad. Like, I'm friendly with Griff Flood. I mean, he's a nice kid. I've talked to him a little bit. That second GCS game when we were at home was bad. It was poor for me.
Yeah, I heard the kids at GCS didn't talk to him for a while. 'Cause
Yeah,
of how bad he played.
The kids at GCS like shunned the JV team after they lost against us.
Really?
They were seen as public enemy number one at GCS. They were disappointed in them.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a rough way to treat your own team. Isn't
Exactly.
It?
Like
Yeah.
I think that just shows like we were like I think if we lost a bunch of games, the King community was still rid with us like
Oh, yeah.
all the way. Like
It's all about the community surrounding
Yeah.
these teams.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Thomas Fakari says, please ask Pratik where I can find those cool shades online.
yeah, Pratik, talk about the look.
Let us know.
The shades aren't mine, but I think the headband is a bit of an iconic look that
Yeah.
was established throughout the JV season
Yeah.
between me, Steve, and Jack.
Mhm.
Basically, I think one of the reasons the headband was important for me was I stuck with it after I went bald.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
electric. It was an electric moment.
And I think it just like gave me a little confidence on the court
Right.
that like I don't know, like I belong here.
That's important. A little confidence in the courts. What makes or breaks the team, right? I just got the call. We are 3 minutes to an hour, so it is time to wrap up. Unfortunately, it's been a pleasure having you three on. Any
Thank
last
you so
words?
much for having
Thank
us.
you so much.
Okay.
Before we go, I
Yeah.
just want to give a quick shout out to our team manager, Tucker
Tucker.
Patterson.
Real MVP.
Tucker Patterson filmed all our games. Shout out to lead editor of the marketing department, Carson Perlman, and shout out to Coach Sam. That man's really was awesome for us this year.
Shout out to our fans.
Also
Support
shout
us.
out to you guys, everyone who made King JV Ball the way it was this year.
All right. Thank you all so much, and listen to this awesome outro. Ready? Wait for it. Wait for it. Thank you.